Ever found yourself biting into a delicious falafel and wondering, where did this exquisite delight come from? Well, you're not alone. The origins of this crispy, flavorful treat are shrouded in mystery and a bit of culinary controversy. The consensus among food historians is that falafel, or as it's known in Egypt, Tameya, likely originated in the land of the pharaohs. Unlike the chickpea-based falafel that most of us are familiar with, Tameya is traditionally crafted from fava beans, lending it a unique flavor profile. Yet this claim is not without its challenges. There are those who insist that this dish was born elsewhere in the Middle East, staking their own regional claims on this beloved foodstuff. The debate rages on, but while the experts argue, the rest of us can just enjoy the delicious ambiguity. Regardless of its origins, one thing is clear: falafel is a dish loved around the world. Now that we've whetted your appetite with the fascinating history of falafel, it's time to roll up our sleeves and dive into an authentic recipe. Central to our recipe are 2 pounds of split peeled fava beans. These aren't your everyday grocery store beans, folks. These are special, available at Middle Eastern and South Asian grocery stores. They give a nod to the Egyptian version of falafel, affectionately known as Tameya. It's the use of these fava beans instead of chickpeas that sets Tameya apart, and we're honoring that tradition today. Next, we've got a bunch each of fresh cilantro and Italian flat-leaf parsley. These herbs will add a delightful freshness and a pop of color to our falafel. Don't skip the washing and drying step. It's essential to keep our flavors pure and our texture just right. The underappreciated scallions, onions, and garlic cloves are next. Their role might seem minor, but they are the backbone of our falafel's flavor profile. They add depth, a bit of bite, and a wonderful aroma that will make your kitchen smell like a professional chef's. Now, let's talk spices. We have ground coriander and cumin. These two are like the dynamic duo of Middle Eastern cuisine. Coriander brings a sweet, floral touch, while cumin adds warmth and earthiness. Together, they'll elevate our falafel to new flavor heights. And for those who like a hint of heat, a 1/4 teaspoon of red chili powder will do the trick. We'll also need a sprinkle of sesame seeds for a subtle crunch, and a dash of baking powder to ensure our falafel are light and fluffy on the inside. Lastly, plain breadcrumbs can be used if needed to firm up our falafel mix, keeping our little flavor bombs from falling apart during the frying process. And of course, we can't forget our frying medium, 4 cups of vegetable oil and a teaspoon of salt to enhance all the wonderful flavors we've discussed. We've gathered our ingredients, so it's time to put them together and create culinary magic. With our ingredients at the ready, we're set to embark on the journey of crafting our authentic falafel. Let's begin by preparing the falafel mix. Grab your 2 pounds of split peeled fava beans, ensure they're well rinsed. Next, we'll add our fresh herbs. In goes a whole bunch of cilantro and a bunch of Italian flat-leaf parsley. Don't forget the optional addition of 4 scallions. Aromatic ingredients are up next, 3 medium onions and 8 cloves of garlic. Blend these ingredients together until you have a coarse yet unified mixture. This mixture is the backbone of your falafel, offering a fragrant, flavorful base that's both hearty and nutritious. But flavor is not the only thing we're after here. Texture is equally important. Here's where breadcrumbs and baking powder come into play. Breadcrumbs help to firm up the falafel mix, ensuring it holds together when fried. If needed, add up to a 1/4 cup of plain breadcrumbs. The baking powder, on the other hand, is our secret ingredient. Just 1/2 teaspoon will make all the difference, giving your falafel that characteristic light, fluffy interior. Now, let's get our hands dirty and start forming the falafel balls. Take a handful of the falafel mix and shape it into a ball or a patty, depending on your preference. Repeat this process until all the mixture is used up. We're almost there. It's time for the final, and arguably most exciting step, frying. Heat up 4 cups of vegetable oil in a deep pan. Once the oil is hot, carefully drop in the falafel balls. They should sizzle upon contact and gradually turn a beautiful golden brown. Flip them occasionally to ensure even cooking. And there you have it, authentic, delicious falafel steeped in history and controversy, but most importantly, ready to be enjoyed.